What's the worst case of main character syndrome you've witnessed? My roommate Jake threw himself a surprise birthday party and invited everyone except the person whose apartment it was. Me, I come home from a double shift at the restaurant, completely dead. My feet hurt. I smell like fryer oil. All I want is my couch. But when I open my door, music, voices, 30 strangers in my living room, people everywhere, on my couch, drinking from my good glassware, the ones I save for special occasions. Kitchen looks like a tornado hit it. And there was Jake, standing on my coffee table like some kind of prophet, giving this speech about how grateful he was for his amazing place. I'm standing in my own doorway like a complete stranger when Jake finally notices me. His face, not guilt, not surprise. He looks annoyed, like I'm interrupting. Oh, hey man, he says, hopping down. Didn't expect you back so early. Then, and this is where it gets insane, he doesn't invite me in. He steps into the hallway, pulls my door mostly closed behind him, positions himself like a bouncer. We're just celebrating my birthday real quick. Should wrap up in a few hours. Through the crack, I see people eating takeout on my dining table. Someone's on my PlayStation, and this girl is wearing my favorite hoodie, the expensive one, the one my mom got me for Christmas. Jake, this is literally my apartment, I say, loud enough that people inside turn around. He actually shushes me. Don't be weird about it, dude. It's just a party. You can hang out in your room if you want. And that's when it hits me. Those phone calls he'd end when I walked in. The weird questions about my work schedule. I'm staring at the lease renewal papers on my desk. Oh my God. This isn't just a party without permission. Jake's been telling people he lives here alone. I push past him into my living room. People are everywhere, sitting on my furniture, going through my Netflix account on the TV, and someone's even rearranging my bookshelf to make room for birthday decorations. This isn't just disrespect. It's a complete takeover. Head straight to my bedroom, grab the lease documents, and come back out. Time for some truth. Hey everyone. I clear my throat loud enough to get everyone's attention. Having a great time at Jake's party? The room cheers. Jake's going pale, but trying to play it cool. Real quick question before you all get back to celebrating, I say with the biggest smile I can manage. Jake, what's the address here? He rattles it off confidently, probably thinking I'm just being friendly. Perfect. And whose name is on this lease? Jake's smile starts faltering. Well, technically both of ours are, but I hold up the papers. Just mine. Jake's been subletting for me for 6 months. Illegally, by the way, since our building doesn't allow it. Oh, and he's constantly late with rent. You could hear a pin drop. So when Jake told you this was his place, he forgot to mention he doesn't actually live here. He's my tenant who can't pay on time. A girl near the kitchen goes, wait, whose food are we eating? Mine. And the couch? Also mine. And this hoodie? Christmas gift from my mom. She immediately starts taking it off, looking mortified. Jake tries to save face. Guys, this is just a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, I cut him off. You threw yourself a party in someone else's home without asking permission, told everyone it was your place, and treated me like an intruder when I came home from work. To my own apartment, someone asked if they should leave. And honestly, I felt bad for the guests. They had no idea they'd been lied to. Actually, you know what? I announced, please stay, but let's be clear about whose party this really is. I walk over to my Bluetooth speaker and connect my phone. Since this is my apartment, we're switching to my music playlist. Baby Shark starts blasting at full volume. And since it's my kitchen, I'm making my favorite party snacks for everyone. I start loudly opening cabinets, pulling out the most unappetizing food combinations I can find. Who wants sardines and peanut butter? How about some 3-week-old leftover Chinese food? I've got canned tuna with expired mayo. It's a delicacy. People are scrambling for their coats, heading for the door. One guy actually stops to apologize. Dude, we had no idea. Jake said this was his place. Yeah, he says a lot of things, I reply. 15 minutes later, my apartment's empty except for Jake, holding his sad birthday cake, looking destroyed. Bro, he says, you didn't have to embarrass me like that in front of everyone. I just stare at him, genuinely amazed by his audacity. Let me get this straight. You threw yourself a birthday party in someone else's home without permission, lied to all your friends about living here, blocked me from entering my own apartment, had people wearing my clothes, and you think I embarrassed you. It's not that serious. Jake, you literally had strangers wearing my clothes. He starts mumbling about how I ruined everything and how it wasn't supposed to go like this. He moved out 2 weeks later. I helped him pack, just to make sure he was really leaving. Found my hoodie and his stuff, along with several of my books, my good kitchen knife, and this is the best part, my spare phone charger he swore up and down he'd never seen. Still haven't figured out how he thought that plan was going to work long term. Did he think I'd just disappear?